One doesn't mean the other. Like, me having a penis does not make me a man or does not make me less of a woman.
xQcl.
Children are capable of understanding their gender identity. 3, 2, 1, go.
I was 6 years old, and I have a clear, vivid memory of telling a friend walking down the street, I think I would have been better off born a girl. And I had my whole family, like half my family telling me, you can't be that. My friend telling me, you'll never be female. And a therapist telling me.
Do I put voting on or not? Do you guys want to vote in the chat? Screen voting? You guys want to do it? Okay.
Me like, oh, you'll never look.
Here comes chat. You'll have a chance to vote.
Female, your hands.
Chat, I like those videos because when we do voting, the chat can actually, you know, vote. So then we see the people that are voting themselves in the chat. Okay, start clip maps, restart, enable, stop. Hope yes, browser on, browser number 2. Okay. So the way this works is this is like an interactive feature. If you're on your Twitch thing, at the bottom is something called click maps. If you click on it, you can click on the screen. And if you click on the screen, it'll basically make your vote. Right? Okay.
You'll never be female. And a therapist tell me, like, oh, you'll never look female. Your hands are too big. Your voice is too low. And here I am, very female. So I'd like to believe that I was right.
Yeah, I know when I was 7, I knew. But at the time, you know, that was a few years ago, and there really wasn't any source of information available. But I knew there was something different about me. So kids know young, and we need to not necessarily say, okay, switch everything over right now, but we need to give them space to grow and understand what it is.
Okay.
Gender roles are necessary. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, hold up. Everybody wait. Okay, so far left is very disagree, far right is very agree, and it's incremental. It's by zone, not by line, by the way. Chat not being edgy, PogChamp. 45, very right. 33, very disagree. Then not a lot in the middles.
Love you, boy. Now tell me, what are your favorite Canadian snacks? Mine are Smarties, Hickory Sticks, Coffee Crisp, and
Them.
Gender norms and gender constructs, like, growing up, they hurt me. They were like, you're a boy, you can't, like, dress up, you can't play with dolls. That just, like, made me, like, start to think that I wasn't made correctly or I wasn't right.
My view on gender roles as a whole is very based on my identity because, like, I'm non-binary. There's no, like, non-binary gender role, you know? There's, like, female and male, and then whatever's in between, you just kind of don't belong. I feel like not belonging, I'm, like, kind of building my own role, which is kind of weird, but, like, if it didn't exist at all, I wouldn't have to. No one would have to try and fit. No one would have to build their own role. And that's like a lot of where my view on this like stems from.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to throw one more thing in about gender roles and how hard I worked for 50 plus years trying to prove to the world I was the most masculine guy in the world. I spent a literal fortune buying every cool toy I could buy so I could go out and off-road better than anybody, fly an airplane better than anybody. I'll give you a hint, it doesn't work. It doesn't change who's inside of you. And so that whole concept of, well, you have to be this kind of a person or you're not whole is just wrong.
Well, okay, so as much as the gender roles are hurting by being so constricting, also that constriction is, a lot of that is what kind of helped me understand my trans identity. So the roles that are there, I didn't create them, but it exists. It exists. I don't want it to exist in some of the ways that it does, but it does. Do I believe this should be widened? Yeah.
Gang, gang.
So that's really what I've come to.
All right.
Gender reassignment surgery is necessary.
Okay. Here we go, chat. Check and click maps are enabled.
Why people happy?
Can't see? Yes, you can see though. Oh, you mean see the actual things themselves? Left side is strongly disagree, and right side is strongly agree. It's that simple.
3, 2, 1, go.
And I'll go slightly here. There we go. But it depends on the person. It very much depends on the person.
100%.
For me, it was kind of important. You know, it was just kind of the finishing step kind of thing. But a lot of people don't need it. The social transitions, the personal transitions and things that are much more important to people than the medical transition. But other people need that.
Isn't it like sort of like dangerous a little bit? Like kind of like risky? It seems like it's like kind of like
a very important step to start their transition or finish their transition.
Before you have surgery, before you have hormones, before you tell anybody, and maybe even before like you really have a grasp of like what it is you're experiencing, you can already be your gender. My gender was female from the point that I as a child developed a sense of gender. I still get asked like, oh, like when you had your surgery, do you feel like a woman now? And I was like, not any more than I did last week. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me, I could definitely like go without it and still be 100% happy, 100% like confident as a woman.
You need to understand and
but
rationalize
I think
why you feel a certain way and not just do something because it makes you feel good.
Okay. What? I don't know what I meant entirely.
Man, do I feel bad for the male who fucks these people in bed.
Oh, dude!
I think it's just kind of like a cherry on top and like what eventually I'm gonna need to like complete the whole circle.
Being physically female is not even in like the top 10 things that make me feel like a woman. Like,
chat, fuck, dude, I feel kind of wrong a little bit. I feel like breasts aren't like very like terms of service. I feel like you get banned if you show them on screen. But
Scuffed stream.
I see them.
me having a penis does not make me a man or does not make me less of a woman.
It's interesting to look at this. The young folk, the old folk. And that's what I've seen through the years is that it's less and less important to the young transgender people, but it still needs to be available.
Dating is difficult for me.
Okay, well, chat. I guess we'd have to take a guess for the thing and not for yourself. Does that make sense? I guess at this point you have to sort of, you know, be somebody else for this vote. Okay, well, everybody agrees. Everybody agrees.
3, 2, 1, go. Dating is very hard. The only kind of people that I attract are people that want to like fetishize trans people. So they'll be like, you're so hot. I want to do this and this and this with you. But then I'm like, oh, but like, let's go out in public. Let's like go to dinner or something. They're like, ooh, I don't know about all that. Like, I don't want my friends to know I'm dating someone like you. And it's like, they feel like they have to come out as well as someone who's attracted to like a trans person.
Okay.
I agree. It's confusing for them if they say like,
Craig,
oh, so am I like gay or something like that? And it's like, no, because I am attracted to straight men and like straight men are like attracted to me. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Like liking penis and liking vagina like doesn't make you gay or straight. It's like liking a man or liking a woman makes you gay or straight.
Exactly.
It's a little weird being like
Wait, what?
part of the binary, so people are really like, so what am I? What are you? Like, what is this?
Where do we fit together?
Yeah, it's kind of like, I think I like you, but I don't know what I like. What is this? I'm like, if you like, then take, you know?
They just want to like put like a label on everything.
Yeah. And sometimes we don't need that.
I just think
Transgender is a
people need to
mental
stop with, like,
disease.
oh, I'm
Lord,
attracted
you
to
know
men, or
that
like,
over
oh, this.
70%.
It's like, no, you're attracted to like a human being. You're attracted to a person.
There are risks to being transgender.
All right, chat.
6 months pag chomp.
Resetting it. Left side is.
This is a minefield. xQc. Good
Strongly
luck,
disagree.
Martin.
Right side is strongly agree. Again, so people can, you know. Holy shit.
Transphobic chat weird champ.
Votes are so, like, you know, cluttered today, which is kind of good. Unless I have to reset it. Should I reset it? Stop. Close. Restart.
This is literally nothing but a mental illness called gender dysphoria.
Oh, please, the guys, should chill for a minute.
3, 2, 1,
Yeet.
go.
And they all seem to have the same answers.
Transitioning is dangerous.
Yeah,
Transitioning
100%.
is not easy. Like I've been beaten, I've had death threats, I've had sexual assault. Someone threatened me of that. And I'm privileged in this community because of my race or because I transitioned younger. And the biggest problem is that trans women of color are the ones being murdered in this country. That, like, trans people of color are the ones at risk. And this is the real issue that people need to know
Why
about.
does the
What?
skinny
Like,
blonde
it's
look like
totally
Mitch
worth
Jones?
it because you just, I mean, there's no life outside of this.
Is that like
That's
documented?
definitely real. That's real. So the fear of violence from others, yes,
Or
that's
like,
a risk.
or like studied?
But I don't know. There's risks playing the stock market. There's a risk when you eat that McDonald's.
Chat cake champ.
Everything's a risk, you know, nowadays. But I feel like what's really worth it was
I
my
know.
mental health. That's not a risk I'm willing to take because that's the real death.
I love my body. 3, 2,
Did somebody just moan?
go.
Chat, go. Damn!
dude.
Holy shit! I did not expect that.
I love my body. 3,
60-20.
2, 1.
Feels bad, man. Didn't put my hands to real.
Yeah, we'll go all for it. Now, in my case, I really agree because this is the body I got. And one of the biggest things I did for myself was all during my cross-dressing days. I used to put on all the crazy foundation wear, trying to squeeze myself into something that I didn't fit in. And I looked at myself one day and I said, you know, you look as good as X number of regular women. Have I made a few changes? Yes, but that doesn't change the fact that I love who I am and what my physical presence is.
Okay.
It's just so hard. It's so hard because, like, being told, like, women have this and
Hey,
women look
chat,
like
don't
this
you
and
just
women,
hate when
and
you turn
it's like,
up to McDonald's
then
and you
I don't
feel
look like
like you're
that.
going
So
to die,
I must hate my body then because my body is what keeps me from looking like a woman. But then I, like, get out of that, like,
I love
toxic
you,
mindset. I'm just
xQcl.
like, wait. I am a woman.
I wish I had said strongly agree, but that's not the truth. And the
Right.
truth is that I love my mind, I love my life, but there are days that I have where my self-esteem issues are so bad that I can't leave the room. And I
These
almost didn't even go
fools
to my
don't
college
know that there are
graduation
only
because I
two
was like, I'm
gen-
not female enough to graduate college or
Right.
something. And all that being said, I have no regrets. That
Yeah.
was the thing. Because if I hadn't transitioned, I just wouldn't have a life at all.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I wish I wasn't trans.
Oh, God.
Why
Okay.
are you watching this? None of us actually care about the voting. We're all just drawing dicks with the click maps because we're bored.
Because
You'll
there's
come to
spectrum.
Twitch to
I
have a
like
good
those videos.
time,
They're
not
good.
listen to politics, weird champ.
Because
xQc skip clap xQc
It's-
skip clap xQc.
okay, relax, dude. It's just one of those things that's like a, you know, we can see the different opinions and shit like that.
Get what you get and don't picture fit.
2, 1, go.
The one in white dress is making feel where's the cheapest clap.
No.
I
Jesus
often
Christ,
told
make up
people
your mind.
that, you know, this is not something I would wish purposefully on my worst enemy. You know, it's not
I don't remember the percent, but I remember over 50% of transgender people commit suicide even after a full surgery. So we are doing something really wrong today. Pep hands.
Cost me my spouse that I love dearly, but it was so important to me that it had to happen that I'm pleased that I did it. It's the best thing I've ever done in my life. But it's also something I'd never wish on anybody else on purpose.
For me, it's I'm disagreeing because it's not the fact that I'm trans that I don't like. It's the discrimination that I face that I don't like. The intersections that I hold, being black, being trans, you know, you find like discrimination comes at you in different ways. And so that's really what I could do without.
Yeah, I think the main thing that I just like hate, like everyone else is saying, is the discrimination because it's the fact that like, oh, if I'm in a certain situation or oh, I'm somewhere, like I have to worry about my safety for like literally being like who I am in that sense. And it's like nobody should have to worry about like whether they're gonna like make it through something just for like being themselves.
You guys want to see the rest of it?
I don't think this will ever like go away fully, but as I was like coming out, it like I would like have times where I was like, God, I wish I wasn't like this. Like I wish I wasn't trans because then like my life would be easier. I wish I was born a woman, or I wish that I was just like comfortable being male. And then I realized that like if I was born a female, like I wouldn't be a part of the LGBTQ community. I wouldn't have gone through the struggles that I have gone through, and like I would be a completely different person. And I love who I am, and so I don't think I would want to change that. And I'm proud to be trans.
Everybody